Okay guys, what you're seeing here today is a 2002 Pontiac Bonneville. First off, yeah, I know I said my next video was more or less supposed to be me tearing down that makeshift shed / mini shop, whatever. But I was driving this last night and driving along, all of a sudden I hear a loud clunk, and it sounded like something heavy had hit my trunk. Looked around, I didn't see nothing. I got out, walked around it, looked fine. Drove it again. About a few miles later, heard it again. Damn bees. And so I said, okay, I think there's something wrong. And I took and went faster, took it on the highway, 55. It rolled pretty smooth till I rounded a bend at 45, and the ass end was everywhere. So I pulled into a church parking lot, came around, I looked at the shocks, and look what decided to pop out of its hole. So I am, in this segment, going to be removing this and getting another one and replacing it. And they come in pairs, so I'm going to go ahead and replace both sides. So stay tuned. Okay, I've got the car jacked up. Getting ready to pull the wheel off so I can get behind it and get at the mount bolts for the rear strut. Sorry if the camera gets jittery. I don't have anybody else to hold it for me at the moment. For this, you may want to adjust your volume. May get a little loud. Using the air gun to take this off. First, take the caps off. Lug nuts. There's the beauty. Yep, and the surprising factor is my knowledge on these. Right here, see this little beveled washer. Key point, little. Everyone I have seen up to this point, that beveled washer's been about this size. This right here, ripped clean through this hole. Here, I'll show you in the back here. You pull your carpet back in the trunk. Pull the cap off. Bolts right there. And that beveled washer cover usually is bigger than the size of this right here. It's pretty big. That little beveled washer on there was way too small. I do not know if that was stock. I don't know if somebody tried replacing it before and couldn't find the big one and said, oh, this small one should do, and do it. But whatever it was wrong. All I'm gonna have to do here, since, well, top's already done for me, I have to connect this here air line, because these are air shocks. Yeah, so disconnect this line. Down here, got 2 mounting bolts. Go up to the bottom, go into this little, I forgot what they're called. But, they're a grip nut, where if they spin around, they'll catch on whatever side surface they are. Personally, I really don't like them, but they work. So I'm gonna have to clean this up, spray them down with WD-40 or liquid wrench or whatever I got lying around, and get those taken off. Take this off, and the whole thing comes out. Get the new one, show you the difference, and yeah, well, actually, I'll maybe add on to this one, show you the tools. I believe these are 10mm. But I'll find out for sure. Stay tuned. Alright. Well, I got the bolts cleaned up. Got them all soaked with liquid wrench. I did find out, yes, those the bolts are 10mm. This, however, I believe to be more 9/16. I say this because 5/8 is too big, 14 is too small, and this 15mm, because I can't find my 9/16, barely has grab on it. So I am going to try to attempt with the 15. Hope I don't round it. Hope I don't break it. If I break it, not that big of an issue, because a lot of the kits you buy when you go and you buy the 2-pack, they come with fittings so you can manually put air in the tire, and all you gotta do is take the fittings off, slide them on your line, and punch your line in there and cinch it down, and you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a crack, and fail. Yeah, no, I'm going to need to find my 9/16. Yeah. Okay, well, time to go find the 9/16. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it took me forever, but I finally found a 9/16. And tell you one thing, it will sure be great once I finally get that tool shed moved over and get all my tools in there and organized. Because right now I've got them split between 3 vehicles and my portable garage from Harbor Freight. And no, I'm not sponsored by them either. It was just something cheap to keep the sun off my back. Alright, well, let's give this a shot. And that doesn't want to go either. There we go. Sorry about that. Again, nobody to hold the camera for me. the line is slid in. Yeah, well, no stress here. If it doesn't come out, we can just cut it off and then just feed the next section that much deeper into the new one and then screw it on. It'll cinch it down. Let's see if I can't see in here. Give it a little wiggle. And that is a no-go. Well, time to cut it. Hold on. Okay, back with my handy dandy lineman pliers. And done. Okay. Now, let's see if my gun will fit up under here. Looks like it will, but not for the duration. So, go ahead and get that socket off. Just throw it on a ratchet and I will ratchet it off. Okay, so got my ratchet. Went ahead, gave a little crank on each one to see how tight they were. This front one, this seems to want to turn okay. It's still pretty tight. This back one, really grippy. It'll turn. It's turning in the sleeve, so it's not like twisting. And it's not twisting the sleeve, which is good. But I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand. So, stay tuned. Okay, an update on the shocks. Got that, the bad one out. As you can see, I have the fitting off of it on here. I wanted to show you. I went to the parts store, and they had this one. Nice, pretty. Pull the cap. Not threaded. Snap-on only. I didn't catch that until I got home. Pulled the cap. See? Threaded. So I had to go back to the parts store, get this little line kit that has the clip ends for this fitting. So now I'm gonna have to pop these off this line, pop it on the old line, and then we can get her installed. Alright, stay tuned.